Welcome to the last episode of Star Trek Adventures. I am your Game Master, Joseph Ecock, and we are finishing up our story, The Rescue of Xerxes 4, which is the first chapter in the Star Wars... Start over!
Start over!
No! I am a professional!
You
and we will
failed!
We will move forward
You
with this.
fucking failed!
You had one job!
This is the...
Space, the thing we have to cross. These are the voyages of the U.S.S. Horizon. Its ongoing mission, to seek out new life, to swear it was on stun the whole time, and to boldly claim we can fix it.
3 episodes ago, we received a distress call from a science facility at Xerxes 4, and responding to the distress call, the runabout was deactivated, disabled, and crashed into the mountainous regions near where the science facility is. After a long night of trekking through the woods, surviving poisonous plants, and vicious Neanderthals chasing down, throwing rocks at you, and a really drawn-out puzzle involving a ravine, just jumping over a crack in the ground.
Yeah.
We have now arrived at the science facility, learned the truth that this planet is de-evolving, not just the people on it. Everything is just going to turn back into the primordial soup from whence it came. In only 7 intervals, the ion storm will arrive, and it will shut everything down, and you will have to wait out the storm, at which point you will not be able to withstand the effects of the de-evolution, and you will be as Neanderthal as the rest of them by the time the storm has passed. Except for Haddock, who will turn into a haddock, and so we have found one doctor who's still relatively lucid, but is further along, obviously, than the rest of you. However, even Armstrong is succumbing to the pressures of the de-evolution and has already taken on a paranoid track and is now currently being chased through the lower levels of the science facility, being chased by 4 of the Neanderthals who have been attracted by his ensign screams. And so that's where we're going to actually deal with. We have our science officers, Dr. Rempel and Barbeau, up in the geneticist's office working on a cure for the de-evolution. We already have completed our other tasks for the last episode. Our runabout will be able to get repaired, and we have a cure to this aromatic disease. Before we deal with Armstrong, let's reintroduce everyone to our final episode, our crew of the Horizon. Starting at my left, your right, our science officer.
Velvet Duke is Science Officer Lieutenant Barbeau.
And Conal MacBeth, better known in the nerd community as Toronto's greatest supervillain and evil genius, Dr. Terawatt, playing Captain Gavin Schofield.
Brent Morris from the Showhole podcast. I am Ensign Steve Armstrong, and I am being chased.
Joshua Barbeau, an actor from Toronto who is playing Commander Conal Haddock and just had a really bad run-in with some prickly plants.
You've been poisoned. And joining us on Discord from our Patreon rewards program, we have...
Andrew Rempel, a.k.a. Pulsar, a.k.a. Chief Medical Officer Rempel.
Rempel, the Tellarite, who's assisting our science officer in the geneticist lab to try and find a cure for the de-evolution of Xerxes 4. Before we deal with your ongoing studies, you have actually studied the symptoms. You're currently working on devising a cure. We may get everyone joining up if you want to help with that, but we've got more pressing matters with our ensign, who, in a brave act of just self-sacrifice, agreed to attract the attention of the marauding hordes that are crawling their ways through the things. And I've got 8 threat to spend. I'm going to spend another 2. You are now being chased by 6 Neanderthals out of the 11 that we know are out in the woods. So you got half of them in one place now. This is great. If you keep running around, maybe you'll collect them all. And so... you are running, but they are running also. We can build this just like the combat earlier with the zones, where but the zones just keep going in a circle all around the different rooms of the facility that you can just keep spending to sprint into the next zone because you're being chased, and they've got clubs, and you're on the communicator going, anytime, Captain, you can come help me out now. So,
I was just sitting there, like, slowly wheeling the parts together into the room and just, like, listening to him, like, hey, he's fine.
What would you... How would you like to react to...
I might run out and help him.
I mean, this will train him to be self-reliant.
Don't skip leg day. Mostly self-reliant.
I am... I think I'm going to keep running and
Of course,
This might challenge
if you're
my...
able to devise a cure and like do a mass dispersal, you might be able to calm and save his life in the process. Because we also still only have 7 intervals. Every time you roll a die, time passes.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Keep running.
Just keep running.
Yeah, I was gonna keep running. Can I? This may challenge my idealistic and experienced value. Because I feel like he may come to save me, but I don't know.
Idealistic and inexperienced.
Yeah, actually, you could challenge that to get a determination point that you can then spend on another value that you have in order to get a successful die.
Yeah.
Or you could actually use determination points to also create an advantage, which can just be like barrier, where you get into a room and you are able to close a door that works.
Okay.
You can use a determination point that way. You don't have to roll for it.
Yeah, no,
right?
I'm gonna go hide in a closet.
So you create the advantage. You find a closet to hide in,
and escape-ish.
Okay, so I do that without a dice roll.
So you challenge the value.
Right.
You're no longer idealistic because your captain left you.
Yeah.
And
Thanks.
You get
I
a
didn't leave
determination
you.
point.
I gave you an order to
You can
be
now.
chased.
Do you have another one? Proud Proxian, because you're very self-determined, right?
Yeah.
You
I
can.
still have that.
You can now spend the determination point you just earned to
Okay.
find the advantage of a safe hiding place.
Okay, so I will.
That counts still as rolling a task. You're just not rolling for it. And I will have you roll because you're using the determination point. You automatically get the successful one.
Okay.
Right? And you can roll the rest to generate momentum because we're running a little low. So I'm going to give you an opportunity here to roll additional momentum.
So that's going to be daring, maybe? No.
Fitness and engineering.
Daring,
Hiding
fitness,
inside a closet?
reason, insight. They can all work for finding a hiding space. It just depends on how you found it and what kind of hiding space it is.
I'm going to see the closet up ahead, the space closet, and use reason and engineering to barricade myself within it.
Terrific. So go ahead and you're rolling 2 die for that. I know you're used to doing assist rolls, but you're rolling your own now. That's 2 successes.
2 successes.
Plus your success from the critical and the advantage. So that's 3 successes. So you get 3 momentum added, and you've got your hiding space.
Perfect. I'm safe for the time being. Thanks, Captain.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Are they
5,
banging
6,
on the outside of that door?
So
They're banging.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you spend Armstrong. I'm actually going to use red for you.
Oh, no.
You're 2. So you got a red shirt. You just got a red shirt.
He's got a red shirt. He's an ensign. He's being chased by
Schofield and
magnets.
Haddock. You've completed your assignments. There's Rescue Armstrong.
Yep.
The 6 Neanderthals roaming around the lower decks that we know of. Another 5 that are either out in the wild or nearby. And then you have... and you've got your science officers, Rempel and Beau, who are upstairs in the geneticist's lab working on a cure. What would the 2 of you like to do? Which scenes would you like to head off to?
Is the cure involving the mass dispersal system?
That will be the last step after they devise a cure. They need to devise the cure first before they figure out how to administer it.
Okay. I'm going to start looking at how to transport these parts quickly and safely down to the Fun V that's still out in the woods and busted up without there being some kind of, I don't know, is there some kind of, hover cart or whatever that I can make so that I can push this thing through rough terrain quickly?
Yeah, it's Star Trek. It's no problem. And these things aren't heavy either. They're going to be easy to just sling on your back.
Okay, so, could I carry the 3 parts that I found?
Oh, can you carry all 3 parts by yourself?
Yes.
No, and I would say that you should bring the whole crew down, repair it at the same time, and get off.
Well, no, because doing that would leave everyone else on the planet. If I run and repair the ship, then I can come back to the science facility instantaneously
It'll be
and
an
grab
opportunity.
everyone else and leave.
I see what you're doing. To find an anti-grav lifter so you can carry it down, those exist. It'll be a momentum spend to create the opportunity to find that lifter.
Do it.
It's worth it.
Right? So you spend the momentum, you
Yep.
find the lifter, and you can but you're heading down through the trails by yourself?
I could take Haddock with me. I'm on the comms. You're in a closet still, aren't you?
We've regrouped now, right? So
Yeah. Actually, no.
Much as you shouldn't go by yourself, I think it's a bad idea for you and I to both
There's
go.
still 5 unaccounted science officers that are out there.
Yep, and you're poisoned, so you running around in the woods with me is going to be a problem. I want you to stay here, and as soon as they're done, they can patch you up. I'm gonna.
Then we should get Armstrong out of a closet or wherever he's hiding, I presume.
Then yeah, let's get
And then you and him can go.
Yeah, so we got the hover lift. So yeah, I got to get Armstrong, and then he and I can run down to the ship.
Okay.
And make the repairs and run back.
Okay, so assisting Armstrong is fine. We can put that to a task roll. How do you want to get him out of there?
23rd century fisticuffs to get rid of the 6 guys banging on his door.
So Haddock and Schofield are heading to save Armstrong?
Go kick some ass.
Yeah. All right. So where are you exactly? Like give me details of his situation.
So he's down in the areas where you were. He's near you because you were getting the computer core, right? And he just ran that way, and you went this way. So he's not that far, and you can hear the Neanderthals banging around, and they've run past, but they're like searching around. They'll find you. In fact, I'll be rolling for the 6 of them to see if an effect comes up where if they do find you. And so they're looking for him.
Yeah.
You are you're nearby. You've got your stuff. You've got your repulsor lift. You're ready to head out the front door and take off. And they're secure. I'm not gonna remove that test. You succeeded at it.
Okay.
At the same time, coming because you're near the door, Haddock and Dr. Montanen arrive at that area. You got the plants. You put it on the repulsor lift. So now the plants and the runabout repair
it's all in
salvage,
the lift.
It's all together, right?
Okay.
It's in your inventory. That's completed.
Good.
You can. Montanen is heading back up to check on Baumgartner because that's her husband, and so she's she's going up. So she needs to be with him, especially if they can't cure them. This might be her last chance to say goodbye. So she's heading up and might be able to help you in whatever she has. But her brain fog is taking over. She is de-evolving as well, and she's not going to be much help finding a cure at this point. She's become non-vocal since you arrived.
All right, so then I've got an idea. You and me, phaser set to stun with the wide dispersal. If we kick in the door and start firing, we might catch most, and if not all of them.
Especially if we get them by surprise, and the 2 of us are both firing.
Firing at the same time.
Yeah.
All right, so that's what we're going to do. Set phasers to fun, and we're going to get in there.
All right, I would recommend that you use momentum to have that only take one.
Spend the momentum to speed the time because you're gonna spend the minor action to aim for the wide dispersal and another minor action to get into that zone, and now you're rolling the die to open the door and fire him out. Oh, not aim. Sorry, you're charging the phaser for wide beam.
All right. So that's only going to take us half as much time because we've spent a momentum.
Well, you're spending the momentum to be able to do the 2 moves: the get there and the charge your weapon.
Okay.
But the actual attack is still going to spend 2 intervals.
Would they use another momentum?
Could I use another momentum to
running out of
increase the speed of that?
Sure.
Yeah, because we want to keep this moving on the...
That also, though, Haddock needs to spend the same momentum to also be fast.
Oh,
that momentum makes it so that your move is 1
it's going to cost
interval.
us 4 momentum all total.
It'll cost each dice roll is 2 intervals. The momentum just turns the dice roll singular into 1 interval instead of 2.
Okay, because I wasn't rolling dice in order to get to the door and to charge
what
my
you were
weapon.
doing was 2 minor actions. You were getting an additional
minor
because in the combat scene that Armstrong is in, it's
who shoots better?
You get the
likely him.
Control plus what? Security?
Control and security?
I'm at 12. We're the exact same.
Oh, there we go.
you're going to get a lot more successes. So
all right, so then
okay. So go ahead and so now you're going to kick in the door and attack.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So
all right,
open the door and roll to attack. You've got 6 targets.
So
again, you get for every success that you roll, you'll stun a target. But there's 2 of you that are each rolling with your own phasers.
With the spray
But with only 2 die, you've only got a maximum 4 that you can knock out.
So if I
you might be able to get the other 2 in a follow-up round.
Okay.
Hang on. If I'm adding 2 dice to mine, then that costs a whole bunch of momentum. But if I just add 1 die, that costs 1.
Yes.
And if he adds
do the
1,
same thing.
that costs 1.
You're not assisting your rolls. You're each taking a turn.
Yeah.
So that's that way we have 6 dice for as little momentum.
I've got 1 determination left, and I'm saving that for the clutch at the end of this, fixing the ship.
Yeah.
That sounds an important.
I'm not going to spend
I can always I can try and create complications to give you determination points if you need them as well.
You save
we could give him threats.
I've got enough complications to deal with right now.
All right, go ahead and roll your phaser fires.
All right. Come on, baby. Oh my fuck.
Oh. That's not a
Right?
complication. Only if he was paranoid, which he wasn't.
okay.
I'm poisoned, not paranoid. But I did get
You're poisoned increases difficulties by 1. So the first.
So those are 2 successes. 2 successes.
So there's still 4 of them left.
What are the poison increases difficulty by 1.
So I need one
so you got
more.
1 success, not 2 successes.
Because the poison gets rid of 1 success.
Yeah.
But that 1 success is a critical success.
So it can create the advantage of everyone. You drop 1 of them, and the other 5 are stunned from the fire. So they're going to lose a round, but they're not out and about, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to put that there, and now I've got the 5 who are out. They're stunned. I can't roll these die.
Okay.
So there's nothing I can do about it. You're going to get another interval. In fact, I'm going to let you do that now to let everyone catch up to time because you used your hastened abilities. So now you're on basically interval 2 of 7.
Okay.
So
So we get another
you've got 5 in the room. 1 went down. The others can't react because you're moving too fast.
Okay.
So you get another move here before they get a roll.
Oh, jeez. All
Because of the advantage, you were able to catch them
Right.
off guard. Is what I'll
Okay,
give
so
that
we got like a
advantage.
surprise round.
Yeah,
more
because
or
we
less.
spent all that momentum
Yeah,
to
we
go
fucking-
fast.
They weren't thinking you were there. They were looking for Armstrong in a closet. Captain, you can, by the way, kick open the door and join in. You got a phaser too, you ensign.
Okay.
Yeah, ensign.
All right.
I
I'll,
got 2 successes, one of which is
Critical.
an advantage. a crit
Now
success.
you've got
Nice.
warp core phasers, persuasion, hand
Hand
phaser.
phaser.
Yep.
So that's you were rolling which discipline?
Security, though, under control. My security is fucking garbage.
Okay.
I know. That's why I was like, it's
My
1.
security's good, but
You
my
wanna
control
get
is
in on this
garbage.
roll?
I'm
Yeah,
a daring
using
person.
control and security, and
I have
got
1
a-
success.
So you got one success from Armstrong,
He got 2.
2 successes, and the 2
One
is
crit.
under my security, so that means.
and you got how many successes did you
critical,
get?
2.
You got
And
one,
one's a crit success.
and one's a crit success.
It's
So
crit
between the
if
3
one
of
of your
you,
focuses
at that
dies.
point you catch them off guard, and you're not doing the
Team
wiping anymore. You
dynamics.
just go, pew, 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 and then Armstrong opens up, and then like takes the one he was just like right there. Didn't really have to work for it, but I got one.
Yeah!
That's great,
Yeah.
kid. Don't get cocky.
So that's
You're finally here, Captain.
Yeah, I was busy getting all of our parts that we
We hadn't abandoned you. Don't worry.
What happened to your hand?
It's twice the size that it was before.
Got Mickey Mouse
five.
hands.
Okay. You're going with him.
all right. So
Go
you've,
fix the
you've
ship.
rescued Armstrong, and you've got all 6 of the Neanderthals that were inside. They're knocked out. They're stunned. They are in there. They're not going anywhere.
Okay, good. Let's go.
So you got him inside. So upstairs at the geneticist lab, we were still trying to devise a cure, which was daring medicine or daring science with a difficulty of 4. Or you can continue to study symptoms to try and lower that difficulty further. But between the 2 of you, a difficulty 4 is hard but not impossible. And you just need to get 4 or more successes on your die.
Yeah.
Between the 2 of you, you're already rolling 2 dice.
Right.
Or sorry, with an assist, you'd only be rolling 3 dice. But you've got no momentum left
Yeah.
to spend. But you can add.
Sorry.
You can buy those dice with threat.
Yep. Well, I want to see a threat come into it just because
Okay,
I
so
want
you
to
buy
see
dice. Andrew?
the mechanism of it.
Yep.
Who wants to do the? Who wants to lead the research into devising a
Okay.
cure?
What were the
Daring
possibilities
medicine,
here?
daring science, or a possibility of your devising?
I'm a 16 daring science.
What's your
Okay, I can't beat that. I mean, the best I can do is control medicine, and that's 16 as well.
Okay, so let's let our science officer come up with something out of the box, and then you can roll with that exact control medicine to assist.
Okay.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your die, and Andrew and Velvet roll your 3.
All right. Would I be rolling with like neurochemistry? Oh yeah, I could.
You got a crit success,
Crit success.
and you got one.
I have 3 successes.
You got 3 successes plus a crit,
Plus
which
a
I'll count
crit.
as 4 successes. Plus, Andrew, did you get a success on your assist?
I got 16, which is my exact thing.
Perfect. So you actually do. You get the 4 successes plus the advantage. You have devised a cure for the de-evolving. It has cost you your 2 intervals,
Yes.
and and which now brings you up to interval 3 with everyone else. You've got a cure, but now you got the hard part. How do you administer it? There's 11 members of the science team plus the 5 people in this crew, and then Baumgartner and Montanen. So 13 plus the 5 of you. There's 18 people that you know of that are on this planet that are affected. Some far worse than others.
Blow darts.
Several are accounted for downstairs, but 5 are just they're out
in the woods.
Yeah, between here and the runabout.
Can we aerosol it and just like...
There are 2 possibilities. You can individual cures, load them up into hyposprays as you go, and you just save whoever you can. Or you can create a mass cure by jury-rigging a device that Baumgartner was working on to generate a canceling pulse that will send out. It's a much more difficult, and it's an engineering problem. Requires everyone to work together. The difficulty is also at 4, but the cure will affect every being within extreme range of the science station. It'll create like a cone of protection.
As much as I would love to take that approach, I don't have the engineering expertise. The captain does.
But he hasn't gone far yet. He was just packing up his stuff.
You guys can speak freely over communicators.
Captain.
Like Schofield can help you with that.
I think this is the solution.
We've only got 1 engineer, and we need someone to fix the ship and do this.
Individual cures require each patient to be cured 1 at a time, which is just an insight medicine difficulty 1. So you can just go around with the hypospray, difficulty 1, difficulty 1, difficulty 1, and just keep hitting them around.
But we're not hitting everybody.
What's the difficulty of the mass?
But every time you cure
4.
them, if you split them out
It's
5
4.
people, it's gonna burn up your intervals because the storm is still coming.
Yeah.
If we
all 5 of us work together at the
No, we do not have time to get everybody. If we go individually, we have to choose.
No. I'm saying if all 5 of us work... I'm not saying let's go individually. I'm saying if all 5 of us work together and he comes back, we can build this thing.
Essentially, if we want to do the math in your head, without spending momentum or buying with threat, every player at this table has 2 dice rolls.
Now,
it's not that the storm will arrive, but at that point, it's the point of no return. You have to leave for the runabout, or you won't have enough time to leave. That's at that point where we have to go into the next scene.
Okay.
Right? You each, between the 5 of you, because we got a little odd number, you could get, without spending momentum or threat, everyone gets 2 dice rolls to spend on administering the cure.
I have a question.
We can do this.
Okay, so...
If everyone
Josh has a question. Hold your thought. I want to hear it.
The ion storm hits, and once it hits, that makes it impossible for us to get off-world.
You're trapped until the storm goes.
Until the storm goes.
Who knows how long? Could be weeks. At that point, you will have succumbed. Because this isn't a cure so much as it'll stave it off so you can get off-world. The cure will be temporary. It'll be enough for you to inoculate, reverse the effects, and get off, but it will wear out when the storm hits, and then you'll succumb to it.
That's what I needed to know. I wanted to know if I was cured, could we survive the ion storm?
Because the problem is, it's not like a plague. It's the effects. It's the environmental effects of this planet.
How fast does it reverse the effects?
It will halt. You don't know. You gotta put it on someone first. But if the model is correct, it should immediately halt and at least restore cognitive ability. The physical changes will come over time.
Okay. So, I think that if you guys, because I'm still in the facility, I haven't left yet. If you guys assist me, like if everybody comes together real quick in the lab and we like fucking everyone working together on this thing, and if I lead this and everyone rolls an assist, we might generate the 4 successes required
to save everyone,
to get this out and generate momentum. Then I'm going to run to the ship with whoever wants to come with me, because I still need to, when leaving the planet, bring the ship back to the facility to grab everyone, all the survivors on here, and get out.
When you get to the runabout and it's ready to go, that's escape trajectory. You're still flying through a storm. You're
Okay,
not
'cause
going to be doing like a controlled flight back to the science
We need to
station
bring them
and picking it
people
up.
back
There,
with us.
the time is when you get into that runabout, you are going to then be rolling a daring control plus con to escape the storm, because this whole planet is like atmospherically. You're going to have to escape the same thing that brought you down.
All of the people that we're rescuing, though, were at the science facility, and there's no way they could all make it to the runabout.
That's not necessarily true.
Yeah, the 6 that are unconscious downstairs, you might be able to get the transporters working on your runabout and beam them on board.
There's transporters on the runabout?
The runabout has transporter systems, so you might be able to beam them in now that you have their location. In fact, you could spend a roll to just put communicators on them, so you got something to target.
Okay.
Or you put them all into the anti-grav thing and you push them down with everyone else.
That's what I was actually thinking,
you
is just
get, a mass,
stacking all the
you just
bodies
get
on the fucking anti-grav lift and go.
Also, I mean, if
Or
you do
we
cure
could,
them and wake them up,
honestly-
they might be cognitive enough or calmed down enough that they'll follow you.
Okay.
Or there's another option still. We could leave one of us with them to triangulate on that position to beam us all.
Someone
out.
stays
That's
behind
good
to
enough.
boost their signals.
To boost the signal, yes.
Before the end of the intervals, we have to be off the planet, or just
Leaving
administer
the-
At
the
the end of the
cure?
intervals, you have to leave the facility and be en route to the runabout.
Okay.
You will not have time to return to the runabout.
Okay.
We have time. All right.
Do you agree?
I am in favor of saving everyone. I
Let's-
don't believe
let's-
in a no-win scenario.
Let's build
You
this
can
mass
use that
rescue thing.
value.
The
I
Federation's
would love
a
to,
force for
but
good.
I don't have determination left.
Well, I mean,
I only had one, right?
fourth right over falsehoods, teamwork. You could say I'm staying behind and cancel. I could use your teamwork against you, or I don't believe in the no-win scenario. I could use to create a complication where
You could.
I'm staying here
Until
and
we
I'm
get
going to save
everybody off the
everyone.
planet. I
And-
do it.
And you get it
Because that's what I would do.
So there's a complication. Haddock is not leaving without them.
Okay.
That's just a stipulation now. So you'll get a determination point.
That gives me an extra determination for doing
complication.
that, though.
Okay, so
Okay.
yeah.
All right,
So
let's do
regardless
this.
how these dice rolls go, you will stay behind. And then people are just going to have to come and rescue you. And you'll just have to stave off the evolutionary effects.
Unless we get all 11 of them with us. Then I can leave, right?
I'm not leaving them without. Yeah,
I'm not leaving without everyone. All right, let's do this.
Everyone lives.
All right.
Or at
so-
least
So
everyone that we can...
what exact? Okay, so we got
Yeah.
people rolling dice. What are you rolling for, Schofield?
I'm gonna make this mass dispersal equipment.
Okay, so we've devised the cure. The mass dispersal is it can be daring engineering or daring medical. Difficulty 4. Regardless what you're rolling, the difficulty is 4.
Daring engineering.
All right. So how much what is your daring and engineering at?
That's gonna be 15.
All right. And now who would like to assist?
Can we all assist him?
Up
Is
to
this a big-
2 will be allowed to assist. in
I
this.
got daring.
Normally, I was only allowed to have 1, but I'm feeling
It's a
generous.
daring
I appreciate
engineering.
that.
I got 13, and I can use experimental tech focus for that.
Yeah. So
all
you
right.
got an engineer who can help you, and you can help someone with the medical side of things.
I have 13
Uh,
for daring medicine, but I'm
I
sure
have
the
the
doctor
highest
has
medicine.
better.
Why don't we let the
I could
doctor or
control,
the, yeah, go ahead, Andrew.
control medicine. I could roll for.
Yep.
And that's what, 16?
That's 16 for me. Yeah.
Okay. All
How
right.
about yourself?
So I'm less than that. Daring medicine would be 14, but I have been succeeding in my science.
That's true. You'll get
I
an
would
extra
get an
die.
extra die if I... Do I do that even as assist, or is that only when I'm leading?
That's no. That would count towards an assist. I'm okay with that. You'll get an
Alright.
extra die for your assist. But that would mean one. Either Armstrong or Rempel will have to.
Well, keep Rempel. He's got the 16.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
he's
say,
got a better-
why don't I do this
Armstrong
with Rempel and Bo?
Haddock. How about you two rounding up
the survivors.
the survivors?
The
Out in the-
unconscious.
out in the
people.
jungle.
They're stunned, but like you can get them all together and, and put them onto a
the
stretcher.
guys we shot. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait. Can you get them all together while I try to use the science? Is there any way to use the science consoles to try to detect where the other 5 missing people are?
No, because they're not working.
Oh,
Turned
because the
off.
ion storm, right?
The power they ripped out all
No.
the communication devices and the sensor
There's-
equipment.
Shit.
Things got smashed bad, except for in the geneticist office, which was better shielded and secure.
They've all got ripped uniforms. Are any of them wearing comm badges?
A few of them might be. A few of them might be ripped off.
Okay, so if we can
I
give
could
them back
I could put that
cognitive
down to
power.
a dice roll.
if we could get them back cognitive powers, we might be able to recover some of those 5 people. But anyway, I'll help him with getting the 6 that we know where they are.
I mean, the longer they're here, they'll just continue to de-evolve. By the time you come back to rescue them, they might be,
As far as I don't believe in a no-win scenario is concerned, the 5 that I have no idea where they could possibly be, they might be a lost cause, but I won't. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
You want to
it's
board a
tough.
tricorder?
You could try making a line.
But this mass cure will it'll
Okay.
hold it off enough for people to return and rescue them.
Let's get this the ones that we know. I want to get the 8 that we know where they are, including the 2 that were up here, with the other 6, so that they're all together.
Stuff them in that closet.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. You've also got. You could also, in case. I mean, Bo, you're looking at what can I do. You're going to help out with this. I mean, Andrew, you're wondering what you can do if everyone else is rolling for this. You could go ahead and keep preparing individual hyposprays as a
Just in
backup.
case?
Backup.
In case this thing breaks down or doesn't work the way, at least you'll have a way to inoculate the people that you have.
We need 4 successes.
Well, I thought I was rolling.
But
Assistant.
individual
Yeah.
cures only need 1 success.
Well, I know, but we need 4 successes. We only have 4 dice.
You only get 2
No,
assistants. You can't get 3 assistants.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
You got
So
Rempel is
Rempel-
assisting, though.
Yeah,
Oh, right,
Rempel
is
is
helping.
helping.
Oh, okay.
Is helping. Yeah. So those 2 are out, and then Rempel is helping myself and Bo. So.
Okay, you could use your
But that's-
insight in
that's actually a
medicine
good
to just
idea.
start preparing hyposprays. If it's a
if I
difficulty
can,
of
yeah.
1, every additional success is just another hypospray that you've got ready.
Then what I want to do is prepare hyposprays and use them on
The
as
dudes
many of
who
the people that are in the starting with the 2 that are the doctors that are up here.
Yeah.
Matthew and
just start getting them.
yes.
And
All right.
Sakori.
So you get those other 6 ready, and I'm going to start hypospraying individuals.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so first bit here, the mass cure jury rig. Engineering Schofield. Go ahead and roll your primary roll. Do you have any additional, or you're just rolling the 2 that you have?
I've only got the 2 that I've got because I've got my 1
one?
determinate. Ooh, you sneaky.
Give
bitch.
him threat.
Actually, sorry, because you're getting 2 from other players, you can buy the 3rd one for 3.
Don't do it.
Does it cost 3 if they're assisting?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, because the assist dice come first in the buy order.
Okay.
You
Oh,
buy your
fuck.
dice last.
It's worth it.
All right.
I say go for it.
Yep. No, I'm gonna go for it. We're gonna pile on that. Threat.
No win scenario, man. I don't believe it exists. Doesn't matter how much threat he has.
Come on. 3 successes, 1 of which is a crit.
Nice.
Okay, so you got 3. You only need 1 more, but you got 2 more assists. You're rolling 1 die assistance.
The D20
'cause-
we
Oh,
talked
yeah,
about.
you're right. Yeah.
No, because he's using testing a theory.
okay,
You said he
and-
could roll 2.
Okay,
I rolled a 6, 1 success.
okay, you're right. You're not supposed. You're right.
That's why I
allowed
asked
that to
about
happen,
it.
but it's not.
Yeah.
You're going beyond the maximum amount of dice that are normally allowed in a task.
Okay.
I wouldn't have let you buy the dice for the threat. Is
Right.
What I would have done. So go ahead and
Whoops.
So give maybe.
you've already got.
We've already got the
You've
4
already
success.
got the 4.
So-
Andrew, what did you roll? Did you succeed?
I
So
rolled a 1 success.
Oh, so he got a crit success as well. So that's technically 2 and
just
an
roll the
advantage.
1 die, and
Yeah.
now we're just seeing if we get momentum. Oh,
Crit success.
so you created 3 advantages, and you have 1 extra, so you get momentum added into it. The 3 more advantages you can use to
Either create
Oh.
momentum or
create momentum, or you can use it to get momentum spends to learn information. You want to know where those other people are?
the other 5 people.
That's
Yes.
gonna say. I was like, can I use these advantages to find the other survivors on the planet?
Yeah, I'll let you spend. You've got 5 missing science people.
Yep.
I'll let you find 3 of them for these 3 momentums, and you've got 4 momentum.
We could find 4 out of 5.
I'd say fly by the seat of our pants.
Can we use-
get it. Let's get all 4, and then
Can I use Studious to have used 1 to get an additional person in there?
all
Actually,
5 people. Nobody
Yep.
dies.
All right, fine. Let's blow.
You
all
know
the-
where they are, and you've
Exactly.
got their locations on your tricorders, and you fire up the mass cure device, and it goes. The little white light that pulses out. and the tricorder opens up, and Volsar, you quickly scan Baumgartner, and he's calming down, and like that spasming that was happening on his forehead that was like turning him into a caveman, it begins to calm and it stops.
So as soon as I realized it worked, I'm stopping what I'm doing with the
That's fine.
The hyposprays.
So.
All right, good. So
But you have no momentum. You burned.
That's
you burned
okay.
everything.
We
And
burned
lots
it.
of threat.
A lot.
That's
fine.
Schofield had two from there, and 2. Okay.
So now we have to book it.
Yep. Now it is the time to get the fuck out.
So we still have here Armstrong and Haddock. You still have your 2 dice rolls.
Now that they've been cured, can we wake up the 6 people we stunned earlier with our actions?
Yeah, hypospray some.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I mean, they're stunned. You can just wake them up. They're not hurt, and in
So it
fact,
doesn't require.
as you're arranging the bodies and getting them ready, some of them do start waking up, and they're not speaking, but they're not aggressive.
Good.
So they're
at a level where we can
calmed
try
them
to
down. Cured Neanderthals cease their hostile behavior, become docile and compliant, though unable to understand more than simple commands.
Cool.
Okay, so now comes this part where we're all glad we didn't skip leg day, because now we have to run.
Yeah,
And
it's
we
time
still
to go.
have one extra action, like one extra dice roll
You're
on
leaving
our
a little
side.
early on your side.
So we're leaving we're giving ourselves a little bit of cushion time.
So we have time to pick up the 5 people in the woods
On the way.
back.
Are
now
they
we
on
know
the
where
way?
they are.
They're between here and the runabout. And in
Good.
fact, the 5 that are missing are the original 5 that attacked
that
you.
we ran into.
Oh,
okay,
clever.
good. All right, let's go.
And you see that they're within the area of the runabout. Hell, they hopefully haven't been picking it apart and making it worse.
Oh no.
We did untie them, but that's okay.
That's why I saved
I
that
have a
one
point of
determination.
that is. So did I.
We'll
I've got
cross
one
that
left.
ravine when we get there.
Yep.
We've got 2
That
determination.
ravine.
Yep.
So
8 survivors in tow.
8 survivors in tow. You
All
got
right.
your plans for the syndrome. You've got your salvaged equipment for the runabout, and you start making your way down the trail.
Is there anything else that we can take with us to help the bridge across the ravine? Or are we
That's gonna be
stuck
the
with
tough
the
part.
one log?
You're just.
We gotta
We're,
book it.
we're gonna be fine. You get a few extra things that you throw into the case, and you'll be able to make a better makeshift bridge. In fact, actually, Dr. Montanen has her brain is coming like, oh, that is a terrible trail to take. I've got a much faster way. Let's go this way.
Okay.
And they've got there's a way around that ravine that you don't have to go through. There's another trail you can get that'll also lead you to the runabout, and she's gonna help guide you down.
Okay, sweet.
So she's showing, because she's been here for a year, so she knows these mountains. But the storm's kicking up and the wind's getting bad, and Baumgartner has been cured and is able to walk, and the others are like, and they're all kind of just following along like little minions. Yeah,
Is the cure going out? Has that cured my paranoia?
it does actually. You can scratch that out.
But it does not cure my poison.
The pressure on the
Does it?
side of your eyes, you're like, oh, it definitely worked, Captain. I'm feeling myself again, spry as a fiddle. Not anything for your poisoning. You could
That's a
spend
shame.
your dice roll on trying to look
Him
after
and I
yourself.
had extra dice rolls.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be.
It'll bring you up to the same
Where they
interval,
are.
or we're passing and you're all catching up to the
No,
same
let's
timeline.
do some rolls so we can get some momentum in case.
Okay,
we
so
need it.
while they're working on that, you're like, okay, fix my poisoning.
Fucking man.
Fix my paranoia.
Okay.
Should the doctor be the one to cure him?
I mean, the
you were
doctor
working
was
on the
busy
you
at
were
the
busy
time,
on the mass
so-
cure.
That's okay. I'm not terrible in medicine. I'm
Alright.
terrible in other things.
Oh, yeah,
but
no,
medicine-
Volsar,
I'm
you
terrible
were-
in medicine. I got.
Volso, you were helping me make the mass cure device,
Right.
so the two of them are basically left to their own devices.
Yeah, I'll
So
use-
I want to cure my poison with his help, and that also brings us up to them.
Control and medicine.
Control and
medicine difficulty 2.
All right.
Okay, so that's for me is 11, and you are assisting.
Am I assisting or am I also rolling?
What do you think you're rolling for, Brent?
I thought we were. I guess it is an assist.
Yeah, it's an assist. You can assist in another way, like maybe you're is there another line of way you can assist that's different from medicine or reason?
I don't
What do you have? You have reason and medicine for you is 13.
Am I allowed to use reason?
Yeah.
Okay,
For
good.
poisoning, you should use reason.
I thought it was control.
Yeah, I changed my mind.
I don't think there's any way I can use con or command, which are my other really high ones.
Okay.
All right. So I'll use reason and medicine, which is
Go ahead and
11.
roll.
I have 2 successes already.
Two
so-
successes, so that's all you needed.
I've
So
not
you're able
got
to...
none.
Yeah. I mean, Armstrong wasn't much help. I mean, what else is new, all right? but Haddock is like, no, I got, and you're pulling the bars out of your hand.
But he took on 6 Neanderthals all by himself.
If we ever need navigation in a closet, we'll call you.
Oh!
Wow, throwing the shade. All right, so that
he
brings
did crash our ship.
that brings everyone up to time. We're now in the last bit. You've left a little bit early, so you
Yep.
got an additional.
Gave ourselves some
You got
cushion
additional time to do one additional task if it comes up on your way to the runabout.
Plus, we're taking a shorter route.
You're taking the route and you're coming down the tracks, and as you're going, your tricorder reading is picking up the life signs of the 5 people. They are nearby the runabout, and they seem to be heading in your direction at a very fast pace.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
So as you're coming in, the last bit here, you're running and the storm's whipping up and things going on, and you see them going. They're not as docile as the others, but they're not aggressive. They are running
from something that's left the corpses of other creatures that we saw in the woods earlier. Fuck.
Jungle monster.
Yeah, that's why I was just like, they're coming.
I forgot about those.
They're coming
corpses
at
we
you
found.
pretty fast. I was like, oh fuck.
The Xerxes panther is the elite hunter, the top of the food chain of all the animals in the Xerxes star system. It's arguably more dangerous now, having devolved somewhat and becoming larger and more savage. So it's like this saber tooth is just tearing its way up the trail past them.
Laser beams.
This guy's between you and the runabout that's just down the trail.
I have a MacBeth.
Heart of a warrior value, anyone?
I do have it.
we all just shoot it?
I will. I can.
We could all just shoot it. That's probably the smartest.
Let's all just shoot at it.
I was gonna say I could use that to create a complication, give you another determination point. Going, you have a heart of a warrior. You have to fight this
could.
thing with your blade.
Do you want to do
Do
that?
you want to accept that?
If I
Yes.
if I accept, it gives me determination. And if I don't accept,
If you accept that, it's going to give you determination, and the complication is you get to go first, but only if you're using a melee attack. You get to go before anyone else. Just leap into action. I just want to put you into immediate danger.
Yeah, he's
Do
from
it.
the Enterprise, all right.
Come on.
what is the okay?
Today's a good day to die. You
Rule
just
of
go into
cool.
it.
We worked
Do it.
so hard to save all 13 of these people. I'm not gonna let this saber-tooth rip them to shreds.
Do it.
Excelsior.
Okay.
Oh, this is fantastic.
I have 2
Are you
determination
using?
points now.
Are you going to be attacking with lethal force?
Oh, for
on the
sure.
animal?
That panther.
Kill this bitch.
So you get to do. You get to roll daring
that.
and security when using lethal force.
Daring and security, some of my highest stats.
Yeah.
I've got 14 going here.
And when it comes down to a lethal combat, it becomes an opposed roll, especially when we're dealing with melee attacks.
Okay.
So it's
It's also a vicious weapon, so
it's going to deal additional damage. So attack. So I'm rolling the reactive attack from the panther, and then everyone else is going to get your chance. We're going to go into a proper combat thing. I'm rolling the reactive, and then there's a whole if active character succeeds and reactive character fails. If active character succeeds and reactive character succeeds. So
Gotcha.
so I'm rolling also to come back on you a fitness security roll from the panther.
Cool.
Who has a value? Nothing is safe while I prowl, and it's going to use that.
I'm using my
determination
23rd century fisticuffs value
to immediately get one success. So
My
that's
heart
going to
of-
increase
sorry.
the difficulty.
my heart of a warrior value. How does that?
Yeah, I invoked that to give you a determination point, which you can now spend a determination point
I'm
to also
spending.
use to get you also that one to cancel my
And this counts as a
advantage.
1, right?
Yep, that counts as a 1. So
And then you roll 2.
I'm rolling 2.
I'm going to buy additional die myself with my threat points,
He really wants me to.
and I'm going to buy 2 die. So I'm going to spend the 2 points and then the 3 for the others.
He's got a lot of threat to spend, so
Yeah,
just let
we
him,
gave it to
So
him.
I'm rolling.
let him spend it.
I'm rolling 4 dice. I'm the reactive, so I got to wait to see how many successes you get first.
All right, so roll 'em.
You got this.
Okay, that is 2 successes. 3 successes, 2 of which are critical.
2 of them are advantages. Okay. I rolled 1 complication.
And 2
I rolled 2
complications.
complications.
Oh.
But I rolled another advantage, and so I got 3 successes, 2 advantages, and 2 complications. You got 3 successes and 2 complications. Okay, interesting.
No, 2
I don't have
advantages.
2 advantages. I have no complications.
Yeah, no, 2 advantages, no complications, 3 successes. So we actually tied in the number of successes.
Yes, but you have.
But I have more complications and advantage, but they're exclusive, like they're on different axes. So,
Gotcha.
Active character, both characters succeed. Compare the total momentum generated on each character's task. No additional. The character with the higher momentum wins and achieves their goal, but loses 1 momentum for each momentum their opponent scored. The loser then scores all momentum they generate, may not spend any. In the case of a tie, the active player wins but loses all momentum they generate. So, in the case of a tie, you have succeeded in dealing the damage to me.
Cool.
I have generated 2 advantages that are canceled out immediately by those 2 complications. You have generated 2 advantages
Which
that you
aren't
can
canceled
use to roll additional damage to add into your viciousness. So you're
I
using
want
the
to try to
back one.
1-hit KO this
So
thing.
that's
So
a
sure.
6. So you're rolling 6 of these dice.
I got them right here.
So go whole and roll all 6
And I
plus
get extra.
2 for each advantage.
Okay. And the vicious 1, what does that do?
Vicious 1 adds 1 to each damage value. 1 and 2 are the values. For every 1 and 2 is the amount of damage you deal.
So if I roll a 2,
And each damage you deals an additional 1 because of the
understand.
viciousness of the blade.
Yeah.
okay, so
Oh,
You might
that's
gut this
2
May
plus
kill
3
that
is
guy.
5.
5,
7,
6, 7,
8,
8,
9,
9, 10, 11, 12,
13,
13,
and then
and then 2 effects.
and 2 effects.
He has 4.
I have a stress of 14.
Nice.
Headshot.
And you
Oh my God!
My mech
you just see this guy come over.
I like this guy.
Brings him down to 1 health point.
Fuck. And then what are the
And
2
then he
effects?
gets 2 effects.
And the 2 effects, I'm going to
Give us some
turn momentum. All right, everyone
See, I
else's
told
turn.
you to grab that space knife.
yeah, well, I wasn't forgetting it.
So now Commander Haddock is covered in panther blood, just head to toe. It's just wet.
Yeah, he's from the Enterprise already.
Okay.
I trained with Worf.
Yeah. I'm like, well, all right then. Okay. Well, okay then.
This is a lot more violent than the last adventure.
Wow.
I worked hard for those 5 people that were
Who- okay.
13 people.
Is it still alive?
Top of the round.
Barely.
Barely.
And now it's the beginning of combat round. You've got Commander Haddock is riding on the panther, stabbing it in the jugular. You could just kind of walk past and just leave him to it. I think he's got this covered.
It does look as though he has this under control.
And the runabout, you're out on the top of the hill and you actually see the clearing where the runabout crashed. It's like, it's right there.
Yeah. I almost want to keep
least I bought them time.
pushing the hover shopping cart like, you got this, like just run by.
And all the other Neanderthals are all like, and they just all walk past.
Oh fuck! All right, cool. No, I'm down
right.
with just letting
All
them,
right, that's
letting
what
them go.
Schofield's. Armstrong, are you following your captain or are you following your commander?
I'm enamored with this new commander, so I kind of want to do some shooting at the panther. Can I do that without hitting him?
If you
Depends.
roll an effect when you're dealing your damage, you will hit the commander. That's what the effect will count for.
Do I have to have my phaser set to kill to do
No.
stress to him?
No.
All right.
Do a
well,
control.
Although the Xerxes Panther is
I can
immune to
take a
pain.
hit.
Actually, you will have to
I
have
can
your
take
phaser
a
set
hit.
to kill.
yeah, this
This
guy's
thing's like the
taking so much
tardigrade and
stress.
just-
I've got more stress than anybody else here.
Yeah, he can take it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with what was it? Daring and security.
Yep.
And I'm going to aim and shoot at the panther. Then
Yep.
see if I can get a kill shot.
That looks like a kill
A
shot.
kill shot. Got a 1.
Oh, he turned the phaser sideways.
So
Kill
he
shot.
the panther gets up on its hind legs and is trying to shake off Haddock, just as you then just get it right in the weak spot in its underbelly,
Right where
and
It was glowing and flashing. I couldn't have missed.
and the panther in classic TNG style glows orange and then vaporizes right underneath you, and you
that probably
land
hurts.
and you land in its
Pile of ash.
pile of ashes. That said, you still get the attack. You have to deal the damage out. So that's 5. Roll 5 of those d6s, because we got to see if you end up hitting him, right?
Oh shit.
He does
Roll 2 effects, and you roll
one.
So you
One
vaporize.
effect.
You do vaporize the panther, and you deal you get 1 effect. So take some burn damage, which is going to be the equivalent of 1 point of stress. Not bad.
Just a little burn damage on your hind parts. That's
your
fine.
hindquarters of your uniform are singed. You're gonna need to get those replaced.
I was trying to make friends. I don't think it worked out.
Burnt the ass off your
I think
chaps.
you've
Alright.
earned those lieutenant
You
pips.
dealt with
if
the
you ask
panther.
me.
Yep.
You arrive at the runabout.
No, I'm still running while they're killing this thing. I'm just like, you got this. It's fine. Just runs by.
All right, I
The captain's a
need
coward.
everyone who wasn't
okay.
in combat.
I'm
this is-
busy.
His command style and mine, they
We're
complement
almost
each other.
here. We're almost at the end. Andrew, or Dr. Rampel, Bo,
Yep.
Schofield, I need you all to repair the ship.
Yep.
Plug everything in. This is going to be control and engineering, or whatever you can justify.
Okay. I'm gonna use control engineering because that's where I'm doing my work out of.
Yep.
And I'm going to spend my last determination, scraw, to give myself a success.
Yep.
And then, which of you guys is going to give me a hand? Are you going to let them both help me, or just the one?
It's a magnitude of 3, so I'm hoping that you're going to get at least 2 more critical successes. So I really do need you to get, both of them are going to be rolling for this.
Okay.
But they can each roll their own individual rolls as well to also get a higher chance of being able to work along the track. They don't have to assist you. They can just assist in the work.
They can do their own.
They can be working
Okay,
on
so
their
that can
own,
be-
because there's three magnitudes. It's for the 3 components that need to be plugged into the
Okay.
ship.
What's the difficulty
So
of
that
each?
one automatically gets you a breakthrough. The other 2.
So it's a difficulty of 1 for each part.
It's not. It's a difficulty of 2 for each task to overcome a magnitude of 3. The magnitude automatically happens when you get a critical success.
Oh, okay,
So
so
you
there
don't.
you go.
It bypasses the difficulty. Did you get another success in that set of rolls?
I haven't rolled.
You haven't rolled. If you
Okay,
get
so-
another success on that, it's going to add towards you working on the second item.
Okay.
And then everyone else is working on that item as well, or critical successes automatically get them a breakthrough, and then you work on to the third item.
Okay. Well, let's see how.
Do you want to use momentum as well?
I'd have to spend both of them to give myself 1 extra dice.
It's better, I think,
Actually,
for Bo
if
to have
each of
1 dice
you-
and Andrew to get 1
Yeah,
dice.
so if Bo and Rumpel each take one of our momentums, which was the last 2 that we've got, then each of you would roll 3 dice,
Yep.
which would give us a lot of successes to
So
put together.
let's settle your roll, Schofield.
Oh
Did you
my
get you
God.
get another success?
I did.
All right, great. Then I said it was difficulty 2, didn't I?
Yep.
Yeah, difficulty 2. So you got your 2 successes.
One of which is a crit, so you said that automatically
Automatically
settles
gets you the
one,
breakthrough,
so then the 1
and-
success is applied to the next.
Yeah, exactly. So you got 2 successes, right? So now Bo and we'll go to you next.
Sure.
You're rolling your 3.
Versus-
It can be you can do controller engineering, or now that the first item is plugged in, you can start rolling reason and science to plot a course out through the ion storm.
I think that's better suited to what I do. So
Science
reason,
officer.
science, yeah.
Okay. So 2
I have a
successes
complication.
and 1 complication.
Yeah.
All right. Complication.
2 successes, but
For
1
now, I'm just going to
complication.
hold on to that complication as an additional threat until I figure out what to do with that.
Okay.
And but you did get a success.
Yep.
You got 2 successes.
2 successes.
You got 2 successes. Okay, so we got a complication. We don't know what that's going to be just yet, but we got the second. We got the success. You've got a course plotted out, but you still need 2 more items plugged into the ship. And it comes now, Volsar. We're going to have you. You got to finish the repairs.
We had
on
2
the
more
runabout.
items?
Because
You got
I
1
didn't do a
breakthrough.
repair.
You're working towards the other repair, and so you got So,
Okay.
You
so
got an item online. I used that to plot a course.
control and
Okay.
engineering, if you please.
Okay. That's.
And do you have
13 for me.
determination points? If you have any, you can spend.
And you're rolling 3
I
dice.
no, I don't have any.
Okay.
I got a 1, 2, and 15.
Nice.
So the 1 and the 2 are both going to be advantages, right?
Yes.
Well, can I apply my metaphysics then?
Yeah.
Would that
Absolutely.
be
I'm cool with that. So then,
Alright, then
you
yeah.
get the 2 other breakthroughs. So
Yeah.
the doctor's out like, this goes here, ready to go. The runabout powers up.
I'm tired of this place. Let's go.
The thing's kind of battered, but it's worthy. You're able to get it out, and at that point, Armstrong and Haddock are coming down with the other survivors, getting everyone on board, everyone in. You get the door closed. Now, Bo has told you, Armstrong, I've got a course plotted, and you're kind of taking his word for it.
I mean,
so
I
here's
got
the thing.
good daring in con. I'm
It's going to
14.
require.
Here's the thing. He's a better pilot than me, but I have determination left. And if I sit in the pilot's chair, that gets me an extra dice.
That's true.
It's a control plus con task with a difficulty of 3 to pilot through the
control,
storms.
not daring? Sorry, I thought it was daring.
In this case, it's control. We're
well,
going to
then I'm
navigate through the
13.
storms.
Okay. Well, in that case, if I were to do it, it would be a 10. That's not as good as my daring plus con.
I mean, if you could tell me how you're doing it out of the box to escape the storms, but
That's great, Bo. I don't care. I'm going to do it myself.
That's great about your. But I mean, like I've got an extra point of determination, so
I can assist from the console as well.
Mm-hmm. there's
So-
there's enough for 1 assistant in the console on the runabout.
And we would be rolling control engineering from that position.
Although, as a commander, you don't have to be on a console to roll the assist.
you can
Okay.
just be commanding.
You can just be the commander, and you can
Resolute.
assist
Just have
by
that
your presence.
Okay, I can do that as well. What, presence and command?
Yep.
All right.
But, like, you put your hand on his shoulder. It's like, you can do this, son.
You just killed
You
the fucking.
left me behind.
You just killed the panther. Oh no, it's
Panther blood.
you're in the driver's
You want to
seat.
be a lieutenant? This is how you're a lieutenant.
All
There's
right.
no way for me to spend my determination to give it to him somehow. Or...
You could spend your determination. Not really. Not when you're an assist. The determination. You can spend
I-
a determination to create an advantage and lower the difficulty by 1.
Oh, okay. I will do that. I will.
Then bring the difficulty down to 2 from 3.
Yes, I will create an advantage, and the advantage that I'm creating is
Double checking my work.
yes.
Dotting I's,
You
crossing
don't.
T's.
You don't just have a captain anymore. You have a captain and a commander. So you've got all the
2 hands on the shoulder.
He's got a hand on one shoulder. I've got a hand on the other shoulder. We believe in you.
Oh, well, their presence means that's definitely team dynamics and work.
Yeah.
So I'm using that focus. All right, so control.
And you get another die
con.
for that. No, I lowered the difficulty. Sorry, that's right.
And I got
Or your advantage can even be like you're able to punch a little extra control into the inertial dampeners. The ship's going to be easier to handle, or any
the
number
double
of things.
hands on his.
Yeah. Schofield, 2 hands on each shoulder.
One hand.
all right. I gotta get under 13.
I got it.
Okay.
Oh, I got 2
13.
successes.
So I
You
got
got
a
3
success here.
successes. You get an extra momentum, which is great. Yeah. So the runabout turns on. It lifts off the ground. Everyone's in the back is like buckled in, and both commanders, hands on shoulders. You can do this, Armstrong. You're like, I can do this. And you're navigating through the clouds. And you punch your way out back into space as the ion storm envelops Xerxes 4. Everything on that planet, we see like plants just begin to shrivel and de-evolve. And the panther was there, it would have continued to happen. But the planet, you got everyone off. You got everyone off board.
Did it. We did it.
And as soon as you're out of the ionic interference, your communication systems kick back in. You're able to call out for assistance and continue to limp on to Narendra Station to await assignment.
Commander
With
Haddock,
a few extra passengers
Captain
on board.
Schofield.
do you need a job? Because
Yes.
I've got a position open for a first officer, and I just watched you kill a fucking panther with a space knife. So I'm feeling like maybe you'd be pretty cool to have on board the ship. How would you like to serve aboard another Galaxy-class ship, the Horizon?
You know, my last commanding officer was Captain Jean-Luc Picard, and he would never have done some of the stuff I saw you do today. So I would love to serve under you as your first officer. I think that's great.
Yes, better than Picard. Self high five. Hashtag better than Picard.
I think we're gonna have to spend a little extra time on the reputation bit there at the end of each of the games. Who here challenged a value in this adventure? Yeah, you did.
Yep.
I invoked a lot of my
You invoked
values.
challenge, but the challenging the values is the leveling up part.
I challenged self-reliance.
Yeah, you did, and I know Armstrong challenged his value.
Idealistic and inexperienced.
Did you challenge a value? Or did you
Yeah,
use a
the
lot?
kind.
Getting that experience
You
in.
used kind heart hand close but you didn't.
I
challenge
challenged
them.
the no wrong answers.
Yeah, you did.
That's what I
You're
was
right,
challenging.
you did. And Andrew, you didn't challenge a value, did you?
No,
He doesn't have any.
Okay, well that's fine. So
I have my values. I just
So this is fine,
I
though.
used one.
the
but
point
there
is
was-
out of the two who didn't, it's okay. You used your values, so everyone's actually leveling up because everyone used their values in the game. But those who challenged the values are now available for the spotlight advancement, which is like that additional bonus leveling up. But it goes down to the players who didn't, who get to vote. So this is actually just between Haddock and Rempel, or between Josh and Andrew. The two of you get to decide out of Brent and Conal and Velvet, of those three, who do you... and GM gets to break a tie, so it's okay if the two of you pick a different one. Well, unless we get a three-way. Out of those three, who do you think exemplified their character and deserves the spotlight
And what is
advancement? It just gives them an additional bonus leveling up options, which they can either pass on to support characters to their ship or to their own character. It's the I think the only way to respec your talents and to move additional attributes and disciplines around. So you can shift your character and take on new focuses.
trying to remember the ones that were challenged.
yeah.
So it was Armstrong and Schofield and Beau are all up for this
Right. I
this
think
commendation, and it's voted on by the other members of the crew who are not
for me,
available.
I thought like they all challenged their values, but the most game-changing challenge of a value was when Schofield challenged his own value to to work by himself. Instead, he decided to work as a team.
Yeah.
And had we not worked as a team, we would not have gotten off with all 13 of those survivors.
Yeah, I don't think we would have made it. I
I
would have been
will
able to get
certainly
past those
agree
5
with that.
guys.
All right, that's consensus then. I don't have
Yeah.
to get involved in that. I actually
should've
was going
let
to
that
nominate
panther kill you.
Armstrong for having had
Much as I-
made the most changes, because
Yes.
Armstrong didn't really do any. Brent, you were great in the last game, but I think you really found your place this time.
Yes.
Which was screaming and shooting. So
Don't get me wrong. I loved Armstrong's character.
I
Don't
would
get me
love to
wrong.
have added a value, scring and shooting into.
Yes.
You're all
Suppressing
leveling up.
fire!
You're all leveling up, but Schofield again is going to get the additional spotlight, which we'll deal with
Thank
during the debrief or when we get together to play our next game. So that is it. Stick around. We're gonna have a short 10-minute debrief on what we thought of the game. If you're a Patreon supporter, you can head over now to patreon.com/terriblewarriors, where you can listen to what our thoughts on this game is as we break our character and break down the game. Hey, thanks for joining me. That was the Rescue at Xerxes 6. When we come back for our next adventure in the Living Campaign, it is going to be drum roll, please. This is actually just me clicking through folders on my computer because I didn't have this prepared at a time. The convoy of SE-119.
That's I love how that just rolls off the tongue. The convoy of SE-119.
It is, you have been assigned to escort a convoy of merchant vessels carrying supplies from Narendra Station to a small research outpost deep within the Shackleton Expanse. Because the exploration of the Expanse is a joint concern between the Federation and the Klingon Empire, the player's vessels is supported by a Klingon cruiser, a Cavort-class bird of prey, under the command of Captain Akul.
Ooh, I know a thing or two about Klingons.
So this is going to work out, and then it goes on to these are the other things for the GM. But that will be our next adventure, the convoy of SE-119, as you head into finally start Your mission in the Shackleton Expanse?
Yeah, we haven't got there yet.
No, we got in there once. It's
I
just
turned
that
around.
The second we got in there, we immediately found galactic breaking shit we had to fix.
So that's a teaser next time. I guess Adam Monroe, who's been rebuilding the Horizon since you broke it last adventure, is wondering, like, where the hell did you guys all go? And you're all showing up, like, broken and burnt and covered in dirt. It's like, yeah, you look like you had some real good R&R there. All right, ready to get back to work? You got new friends? You got, like, 13 new friends for our Star Trek Adventures game.
We got some new red shirts.
I have been your game master, Justin Ecock, joined by our crew of the Horizon.
Velvet Duke as the Chief Science Officer, Lieutenant Lassebeau.
Conal MacBeth, better known in the nerd community as Toronto's greatest supervillain and the evil genius Dr. Terwat, playing Captain Gavin Schofield.
Brent Morris from the Showhole podcast playing Ensign Steve Armstrong, the heroic Ensign Steve Armstrong.
New addition, Joshua Barbeau, playing the first officer, Conal
First
Haddock.
Officer, Commander Haddock.
Commander Haddock, still covered in blood.
Number 1. And joining us on Discord with our Patreon rewards.
I'm Andrew Rempel.
Rampal!
And
Chief Medical Officer Rempel.
And you know what? Chief Medical Officer Rempel isn't going anywhere. He will return to being a support character in our story. So that's always fun. Andrew, thank you so much for joining us in our game. Are you gonna let's stick around for the debrief?
And for those donations.
Yes.
Just stick around for the debrief.
Yep.
Excellent. We'll see you there. Until next time, take it away, Justin the Voice. The Terrible Warriors continue to play Star Trek Adventures every Sunday as we play through the Living Campaign. For more information on Star Trek Adventures and the Living Campaign, visit Modiphius.com. And during the week, the Terrible Warriors are still playing their one-shot games every Tuesday and Thursday. For an accurate list of our schedule, visit TerribleWarriors.com. If you like what you're hearing and you want to hear more, consider supporting us on Patreon at patreon.com/terriblewarriors. Not only will you get access to exclusive debrief episodes that only Patreon supporters get to hear, but you may also be mentioned in a game as our NPCs, locations we've gone to, name of the ships we blow up, and of course, you could join us right here at the table as our special guest. Follow us on Twitter at Dice Warriors, and we'll be back next week and every week as we continue to play Star Trek Adventures every Sunday, right here on the Terrible Warriors.